Ah, clean water. Today I'm going to build a DIY water filter. These are very simple devices that work solely on gravity. All you'll need for this build is two 5-gallon buckets, one ceramic filter, and one threaded faucet dispenser. You can buy these filters on Amazon for around $30, and the faucets are around $6. Napa gave me these buckets for free when I bought a part for the truck. Use a 1/2-inch bit to put a hole through a bucket lid. Use that same bit to put a hole in the center of one of the buckets. This is where the threaded part of the filter will go through. Put the filter into the bucket and through the hole. Then slide the lid over the threaded part. Make sure you have the rubber washer on the ceramic filter inside the bucket. After you've got it threaded through both parts, tighten the nut up on the filter. First half of the build is complete. This is the upper tank of the filter, and this is where you put in the water that you want to be filtered. The next thing you want to do is put a hole in the bottom bucket so that you can put the faucet in. I like to put the location of the faucet 90 degrees to the handle. It's not necessary, but it just makes it a little easier to deal with. Now I'm just using the nut as a go-by. Hopefully you can see this on screen. I'm leaving enough clearance so that the nut can spin freely on the back side. So now that I have the location of my hole marked out, I'm going to use a 3/4 bit to put the hole in the bucket. You could use a paddle bit or a hole saw as well for this. When you place the faucet into the bucket, make sure that you've got the beveled side of the washer toward the bucket. And that goes the same for the outside and the inside. After you have the faucet in place, just tighten the nut up with your fingers. It's not necessary to use pliers or a wrench to tighten this. Also want to make sure that the faucet has enough clearance so that the bucket can sit flat. That's pretty much all there is to it. To make this work, you just set the bucket with a filter in it on top of the other bucket. Pour the water in the top and gravity will pull the water through the filter. The pores of the filter are microscopic and filter out any pathogens. Now it isn't a super fast process. With one filter, the filtration rate's only like that of a leaky faucet, so you'll hear a drip every few seconds. But a full bucket of water can usually be processed overnight. The more water that's in the top bucket, the better the flow rate will be because there's more head pressure. Once the water level gets down to like an inch or so, it isn't really going to filter anymore because there just isn't enough pressure. If you want to, you can put more than one filter in the bucket. The commercial filters usually start out with 2 and go up to 4. This will give you a much higher flow rate than just one. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up or consider subscribing.